Hello, I'm Jessica Hyland's Confidence Coach. So what's your relationship with your partner like? If you're not in a romantic relationship at the moment, what we'll talk about here applies to all relationships, friendships, family, work, colleagues, whoever. But for ease of demonstration, let's talk about romantic relationships, the one with your partner. So if everything is great, then that's fantastic. You feel loved, supported, understood, you feel special to that person. You can be yourself. They love you, warts and all. And that's brilliant. That's what a great relationship looks like. Does that sound like the type of relationship that you have with your partner? Or do you find yourself often irritated to distraction by them? You often feel let down by them, feel that they don't consider you in their words and actions. And this can take many forms. Let's say you both get in from work and you're just going to the fridge to start dinner, and they announce that they've made arrangements to go out with friends and they'll see you later. The front door slamming behind them before you've even had a chance to, get together with what they've said. Or maybe you've got an important event coming up, anything from a presentation that you have to do at some event or other, to maybe a doctor's appointment or something that you're really worried about. They don't offer any support. They don't even remember that it's coming up. They don't offer words of encouragement or give you a hug to show that they're thinking of you. They don't offer maybe to drive you to the doctor's appointment or drop off a projector or whatever it might be for the presentation that will make things a little bit easier for you. In fact, they may even say, I'll tell you what, I've decided to go away for a couple of nights with friends because you're going to be busy doing your presentation thing or your doctor's appointment, so you're going to be busy then anyway. Completely disregarding your feelings. Not considering you at all. When the situation is reversed in either of those scenarios, however, they would fully expect you to be there for them. If you came home and said that you were going out with friends, not having given them any notice, they'd create merry hell. You didn't tell me that, I'd planned to make a special meal for you, rah, rah. And you know full well that the likelihood of them having planned to cook you dinner was pretty remote. If they had an important event coming up, it would dominate every conversation for the fortnight leading up to it. And it would be assumed that you would be there for them by their side, physically and emotionally, throughout the whole thing. There'd be no question. There are millions of different ways that selfishness and a lack of respect can manifest itself. And if you recognise this in your relationship, how does that make you feel? Does it give you a warm glow and make you feel good about yourself? Or can you see that your self-esteem and self-confidence have gone down and down over the time that you've been together? This lowering of your self-esteem and self-confidence, it'll be impacting on every area of your life. With your friends and family, you may find the relationship's a bit strained as you're having to constantly defend the behaviour of your partner. They can see that they're no good for you and they're trying to do their best to keep you safe by wanting you to be rid of them. They're trying to protect you, but I fully understand that it doesn't feel like this at the time. It's only when we look back that we can see that that's what our family and friends were trying to do. Isn't hindsight a wonderful thing? So your drop in self-esteem and self-confidence affects everything. Not only your relationships with your friends and family, as we've just said, but maybe your work. You used to be passionate about and brilliant at what you do. Lately, you've started doubting your ability. This in turn means that when an opportunity arises, maybe for promotion, to move to a better job or to earn more money, you don't go for it because you don't feel worthy of it. You don't feel good enough. Even your health might suffer. You might start comfort eating and so gain weight and so don't feel so good. You may feel unable to dare to continue going to the gym as you don't feel that you measure up to everyone else there. You may start feeling generally anxious about everything. This is them doing that to you, and so something has to change. Will you talk to them about it and see how they might change in order to make things better? Will you decide that they're no good for you and leave? I do understand that either of those options can seem daunting, to say the least. Your partner is making you feel more and more unsure of yourself. And because you feel unsure of yourself, you imagine that everybody must see you in the same light as they do. In fact, they might even be telling you that you're worthless and no one will like you. This makes the prospect of leaving them very difficult, as the picture's been painted that this is as good as you're going to get, this is as good as you deserve, you won't get anything better. Or if the ideal route is to try and change things so that they treat you well, bearing in mind the low level of self-esteem and self-confidence that you have at this time, The thought of even broaching the subject with your partner, let alone dealing with the aftermath, may feel just one step too many for you. And so the cycle will continue. And by the way, them telling you that you're worthless is just them bullying you. It's not true. You're equally as worthy as everyone else. Do remember that. So without any action on your part, the cycle will continue and you stay with them. Looking at the future, you're 95, you're talking to one of the nurses in the nursing home that you're in, telling them that, oh, what a wasted life you've had because you didn't have the courage to walk away from that relationship. I talk about courage there in terms of not having the courage to leave or to change the situation. But look at the amount of courage that you have to be able to stay in the relationship as it is. You're a lot braver and stronger than you think. And you have many more inner resources than you might think. So if you're in a relationship that isn't serving you well, have a think about it. The choice is yours. Do you stay as it is, change it, or leave? And the same applies here, whether it's a partner, a friend, or even a family member. Whatever the relationship, if it's essentially ruining your enjoyment of life, something needs to change. The first step is to recognise that change is needed. The second step is to decide what you want to do about it. And the third step is to do it. And this isn't easy, I know. And it will take a lot of courage. Although, as we've said, you must have a lot of inner resources to be able to cope with the relationship as it is. And so remember that the strength is there, you're just not focusing it in the right direction. So if you need any help to bring out this strength so that it's in a usable condition, if you like, then do get in touch. Or if you need help with the 1, 2, 3 steps above, then let's talk. Otherwise, I wish you all the best with whatever decision you make. Remember that you deserve the best. So I'm here if you need me. Hope to speak soon. Bye for now.